All right, YouTube, like, subscribe, and share, please. All right. What you just saw that flashed before it come to me is half that picture is Kate Middleton, Princess Kate, Catherine Middleton, Princess Kate, the Princess of Wales, holding her. That would be her third baby, Prince Louis. Actually, Louis. That's a family name. Goes back. There's kings in that family line named Louis and all types of shit. You know the deal. And then the other half, you got Mia Farrow in the movie Rosemary's Baby. And that's the scene when she's coming home from the hospital. Look, she got roses because she had a baby. And the story is a 1968 film. The storyline in the movie Rosemary's Baby is that she supposedly has Lucifer's child, Satan's child, and they're saying it's the Antichrist. Okay, so this is a new little twist there. It's 1968 on things that she was giving birth to the Antichrist, who is actually Lucifer's child somehow. Okay, all right, stick with me here. You see the dresses they're wearing, right? You see those red dresses? What looks like a fucking doily around their neck. Well, that might have been cool in 1968. You know, I don't know, but then you see the other one, Princess Kate, right? She's got like I guess a little bit modern up version of that red dress with that doily thing around her neck. Well, let me tell you something. Kate Middleton, she's like a fashion icon there in England. Okay, she's got all the money she wants to be able to spend on clothing. You know, I hear they actually have an allowance every year that they have to spend, but it's an enormous amount of money to us, right? And she usually uses people like Alexander McQueen. That's her big deal one. Um, Jenny Parkham, Givenchy, Zara. That's a Spanish one she uses. I'm not that all into fashion much, but you know I know some of what's going on. She's a fashion icon there, man. Every move she makes, everywhere she goes, they take, they write it up in the magazines and they write it up at wherever about what she's wearing, and then and she's one of the few royals. She'll wear the same thing more than one time, and that's like a big thing. Oh my God, she wore that. They'll even tell you she also wore that at that affair, and she wore that to that place, and all this shit. It's crazy, right? She wouldn't wear that ugly fucking dress home like that, especially with her little baby. She was asked to do that. Oh, she has the same earrings in too that Mia Farrow has. If you look in the picture, they're the same earrings too, and that was purposeful. They were asked to do that. Okay, you do understand. I have to explain this to you. The royals are all Luciferian bloodlines. All any country where you have kings and queens, and there's a bunch of them still. In Scandinavia, all over. There's several countries that they're countries run by like a parliament, and they might have a president or a prime minister or whatever for the country, like England, France. But they all have a lot of them they have king in Europe and shit. They have kings and queens and stuff, and they have a royal bloodline that they follow. Okay, those are all they're all Luciferians, all of them. I know this is hard to believe, guys. But probably next I'm going to do a video more on Lucifer. I'd explain to you guys again. I don't know that I explained it correctly about how he's been here since the beginning and he ain't going anywhere until Jesus returns, right? Okay. Well, all these royal families, these kings and shit, are supposedly, he tells them that they're descendants of fallen angels. Okay. Now, that's a big deception Lucifer's playing on a lot of these people. Okay. And I'm going to explain that in some later videos. That's a big deception. Lucifer is not deceiving just all of us. He's deceiving his own people too. He deceives everybody. Okay. All right. So she wouldn't wear that dress otherwise. They asked her to do it. They may have told her to do it. I don't know. I'm surprised the bitch didn't cut all her hair off just to match her and say, me pregnancy, me bloody hair fell out. I mean, with these people, man, right? anything to impress Lucifer, they're god of the earth, and you know, they're angel, fallen angel bloodlines are special. Because guys, remember, even though they're fallen angels and they're evil angels that followed Lucifer, they're still angels. You understand that? And if you're being told they're angels, they're made of divine material, you cannot, they're immortal. You cannot kill them here in the earthly realm. Okay? No mortal, no one here. You can't kill one of these angels. That's what I'm saying. When they fell to the earth, they've been here the whole time and they're not going anywhere. And they didn't lay down and just fucking cry somewhere and say, "Oh well, we give up." No, they're running shit they're running everything, guys. That's why everything's turning slowly more and more fucking evil. Well, it's kind of picked up pace now. But anyway, now let me explain why they did this and how fucked up they are. And everyone that's in the club knows, and they saw it, and they think it's funny. Because this is their third baby, Louis. It's supposed to represent the son of Lucifer, right? Because that's what was in the movie. That was a storyline. She's giving birth to the son of the devil, the son of Lucifer. Please don't let them confuse you to think that there's a devil, there's a Satan, and then there's Lucifer, the fallen angel. No, it's one being. That there's no other being like over hell, a devil. No. Satan means adversary, or the okay, means the adversary or the accuser. Satan is not the name of someone. Satan is a title. They are an accuser or an adversary. That is what that is. Okay? It's Lucifer. It's a fallen angel that went rogue and got kicked out of the heavenly realm and took a third of these angels with them, and they're all evil as fuck. All right? And they've been here the whole time. I got to explain this better in a whole video, man. All right? And these people worship him here. That is the God here of the earth. They worship him as God. They call him God. Okay? And they asked him to do that because they think it's funny, because the baby's a Louis, and it's the son of Lucifer. Little Louis, little Lucifer Jr., Louis, Lucifer, Louis. You fucking get it? They think they're funny and they think they're fucking cute. That's why when people say, oh, they're reptilians, the royal family, they're reptilians and shit, because they say that they have Luciferian blood, which means that would be part of the fallen angels, which they say are demons and reptiles and all this shit. That part's bullshit. Okay, that part is bullshit. They're angels, guys. They're angels just like the good angels of the Lord. That God, they're all the same. They all came out of that same group of angels. An angel's an angel's an angel. Okay? And just whatever a third is, I wish I knew that number. That's the one thing I just wish I fucking knew. If we were up against, maybe give me a number. I don't know. So I don't know how many angels there are, so I don't know what a third of them were then, okay? But I imagine it's a shitload. And he fell to the... Okay. The heavenly realm was there first, okay? Where they were doing... It's going to take some other videos when to explain all of this to you from what I've learned. I got to tell you where I learned the information from too, first, okay? Slowly but surely, I'm being allowed to when I can tell you these certain things, okay? But just know that these royals are up to, and that's exactly why they did that. That's exactly why she wore that home with her third baby, Louis, as a nod to fucking evil ass Lucifer, and they think it's funny. They think they're cute, okay? Just know, Lucifer is alive and well and has been here the whole time. Okay? He lives in the underworld. Okay? Listen, there's the heavenly realm and the earthly realm. Hell is in the heavenly realm. It's the separate part, it's the punishment part of the heavenly realm. Okay? There's nowhere else to go. When he was thrown out of that realm, they only want you to think, oh, there's some devil running hell. No, that's not how it goes, man. I'll have to tell you how these things go from what I've learned, but I got to tell you first about where our people learn this information from. Okay. All right. But that'll be in some upcoming videos. But Lucifer fell here before Adam and Eve were even here. It didn't, guys, it wasn't that. I know the Bible reads about, but that doesn't mean that he, heaven and earth was created at the same time. They did it, and then all that. And you have to understand also, guys, 7 days, how he says that. Each one of, I got to tell you, I got to explain some things to you first, guys, but some videos are coming up. He didn't create everything all at once. You see how he says a day, but that wasn't just one 24-hour day. Okay? He's not saying on the first day was a 24-hour period. Okay, I'll explain. We got upcoming videos from the information I've learned. Okay, but anyway, there was a lot of things going on in the heavenly realm. Our home is heaven. This earth thing is just an experience in us passing through, is what I've learned, and I'll explain all that too. Okay, we're there first. We come here and we're put into an earthly body. Okay, it's not let your parents when they breathe, they make your body your temple. Your soul comes from is an installed in the most protective core inner part of your brain, in the pineal gland. Go look that up. I have to make a video on that. Your soul is encased inside of your pineal gland, which is in the very center part of your brain, in the most center part. It's in the most protective part it can be. That's where your soul is. And when you die, it just immediately leaves like a light of like a little orb of light and just goes up to the heavenly realm. Okay? So when your parents create you, they're creating your brain and all that, but the soul, your personality, the who that you are comes from God, our Father, and is installed in you. And actually, I've been told it's on the seventh day. You know how God is with the sevens, right? That's his number, 7, 7, 7, 7. On the seventh day of the seventh week, is what I've been told. On the 49th day, the pineal gland is installed, and your soul is in there. And if you look this up, you may have to get some books. I don't know if Google will tell you, but I think probably Google or AI would. Your pineal gland shows up in utero every time on the 49th day. So that checks out. It's not there the 48th day, but it's there the 50th day. You can look that up. They call that, they say that's your third eye and all that. Well, that's what, that's where your soul is, inside of there. And it tries to lead or instruct. I can't, well, that's a whole other video. I'm running out of time here. But that's the deal. Your soul's in your pineal gland. So, and again, it's always shows up on the 49th day, 7th day of the 7th week. So you do not have a soul, and that's about when your heartbeat starts too. Now you can see little remnants of the start of one before, but that's really yeah. So 8 weeks, soul comes. 7th day, 49th day, every time. All right. But anyway, I got to tell you how I learned all this information and stuff. But that's going to be coming up in another video here soon. All right. So I'll see you in the next one, guys.